Okay, so we're on the alignment tab of your career page, and this is all about the teammate alignment plan, or the TAP plan. That's what these are all the different plans. It records them over time, so you can go back and look at your previous plans. And um, they are particular to the organization that you're working with, because if you're working with more than one organization, you have to watch that, but that's going to be fairly obvious. The last plan shown in this grid is the one that these details pertain to down here. So these items on the left, they're your ratings of yourself and your comments on them. And they all have yellow buttons to explain exactly what they are. Use those yellow buttons. A video will come up and it'll tell you what's going on, what that is all about. When you rate yourself, you end up getting a score in every one of these areas, which is shown right here. And I'll talk a little bit about how that score is brought about in other places. Now, when your teammates get to see some of this at some point, but they don't get to see these scores. That only people, your supervisor and the people you want to see those scores, if you so choose to do that, can see them. This section over here is the actual planning. You it has your roles and responsibilities in here. Those are put in by your supervisor. And again, they all have these yellow buttons so you can see what they're about and use them. This is your key performance indicators and goals. That's how you're going to be measured. This is your plan for the next 3 to 6 months. You're creating that. And then there's an optional thing about who you serve and how you serve them and things along those lines. And that yellow button tells you how to finish it up. So use the yellow buttons. But the basic concept of the alignment plan is so that you and your supervisor work on this together. So everyone knows what's expected. You you agree on how you're doing now, what has to be changed. The supervisor's there to help you succeed. So you need to tell them, this is what I need to do better. It is a process that gets everyone going in the same direction. And those yellow buttons will explain every step of it along the way. When you open up an alignment plan to start a new one, it'll get some information from your old one, and this will take a while to render right because of I'm recording the video, but you'll see that in every one of these sections, there's your yellow button. It is exactly the same as on the previous, on the other screen. Okay, so it will tell you what's going on. And when you have a section where you rate, and it's usually a 5 rating scale, and it may say very positive, it may say very effective, but they all are the same thing. Very positive is a +4, very negative is a -4. Positive is a +2, negative is a -2, neutral is 0. Your final score is determined by simply averaging all these numbers together. And and don't be afraid of that, okay? It's an indicator. We all need indicators, and it helps tell you how you need to improve. So filling out this form, and you don't have to do it all at one time. Just save your work as you go along. Fill out a section, save your work. When you do so, it'll show up in here, and you can go back and hit the edit button and go edit it. All right? Or you can go to each section and do one section at a time down here, because the last one, the one that is highest on this grid, is the one you'll be editing. Okay, so now you get to work on this with your supervisor. Your supervisor's review of you will actually have all the same questions on. So in case you and your supervisor can't agree or whatever, you can go see exactly what they think, and hopefully sometimes quite effective to fill these out separately so that you can get a you don't you get the true opinion of everybody. You fill them out separately, and then you look at them together, and you be candid and share what you really thought. Okay, that works extremely well. All right, so you get to see you and your supervisor you know what's expected, you know where you're going, and you're clear about these things. Now there's another part to this. It's your teammates. If you go under the Active Arena, there's a Teammates tab and it lists all your teammates. If you go and now they can't all review each other. That is all based on who's supervising who and things along those lines. But anybody can click on someone's profile. What it does is it brings up the last TAP plan that's marked as current. So this one may not show much because I don't think I've got much in the way of a current one in there. Oh, no, I do. But anyways, it shows this is how people learn about each other. First of all, that's just introducing myself. This is my purpose. These are my values. Here's the TAP plans. Now, usually you can't view the details, but I happen to be a supervisor, so I can. All right. And you don't get to see all these things on here, but you do get to see for each other what your roles and responsibilities are. Now, why is that? Well, if you're on a team, think about it. A football player, when they run a play, probably everybody knows what everybody else's responsibilities are. That's how the play works. It makes things work better. When they watch films the next day, they can see that. It's important. And now you can see each other's roles and responsibilities. What is this person being measured on? How's that working for them? And what is their plan for the next 3 to 6 months? You get to see everyone else's, everyone else gets to see yours. It's a it and then you can all help each other. This kind of it might be a bit of an uncomfortable transparency at first, but when you get used to it, you'll see that it is incredibly helpful. It is good for everyone to know how in the organization they all affect each other, can help each other, where they're going. It's an incredibly good thing.